evening, friends. Today, what I have decided to take some sessions on Income Tax Act 2025. Basically, I will take those sessions which is useful for all those students who are preparing for income tax paper, maybe in become level, maybe in income level, or maybe for CA, CMA, or CS, and it will equally useful for those who are in use. For example, a businessman who is carrying on business, he can take 15 or 20 minutes time to hear these sessions to gain some knowledge about how to carry on the business and how to comply so far as the Income Tax Act 2025 is concerned. So the basic objective of these sessions are to educate and to make aware about the requirements of Income Tax Act 2025, not only for the users but also for the consultants and but also for the students of income tax. In this connection, in my first session, I am just talking about maintenance of books of account. That means what books of account the businessman must maintain while carrying on the business, and when it becomes compulsory to maintain the books of account. Now, it was earlier in section 44AA of Income Tax Act 1961, but now they have brought it under section 62 of Income Tax Act 2025. Now, after this, we will discuss about compulsory tax audit. That means when a businessman has to compulsorily get his accounts audited under the Income Tax Act 2025, and how the tax audit need to be carried out and who is eligible to carry on the tax audit. All these things we are going to discuss under section 63. Director, I will tell you about 276 and 277. These are very, very important sessions because 276 talks about methods of accounting. That means what method of accounting you must follow to satisfy the income tax officers, to give them reasonable assurance that you have properly and appropriately calculated your profit and you have aptly paid your tax liability after calculating your profit. Section 277 deals with valuation of inventories, which is very, very important because inventory valuation plays a major role while calculating the profit of the business. So I am just briefing out these things to aware you the significance of maintenance of books of account and how it may impact your tax liability. Now, first of all, if you go to section 62 of Income Tax Act 2025, what it says, any person carrying on specified profession or any person carrying on business or any profession. So profession is categorized into two types. One is specified profession and any other profession. For business, there is only one category, that is any type of business if you are carrying on, or if you are in specified profession, or if you are not in specified profession. Then you should, they use the word shall, keep and maintain such books of account and other documents. That means you have to keep books of account and other documents. That means you have to prepare the books in such a manner that profit can be calculated from it. And just keeping the books of account is not enough. You have to keep the documents also. जैसे कि आप ले लो, you have to keep the vouchers, you have to keep the supporting documents to prove that the books of account are prepared strictly as per the documents available on your hand. To enable the assessing officer to compute his total income under this act. So it is very, very important to enable the assessing officer. इसका मतलब ये है कि you are maintaining the books of account and you are keeping the documents to facilitate the assessing officer, not to satisfy yourself that you are correct, you are calculating the profit correctly. The books of accounts should be maintained in such a manner that the assessing officer can compute your profit, and assessing officer will get himself assured that you have correctly and appropriately calculated the profit. So your objective and goal of maintenance of books of account and keeping the documents under Income Tax Act 2025 is to satisfy the assessing officer. So if the assessing officer is not satisfied the way you are keeping the books of account, then he has all rights to initiate action against you. So while running on your business, you have to be very much serious that you are maintaining appropriate books of account so that you can satisfy the assessing officer. Assessing officer means an officer who has the right to assess your income under the Income Tax Act. That means he is an income tax officer. So this is very, very fundamental to learn that maintenance of books of account to satisfy the assessing officer, not to satisfy the auditor, not to satisfy your accountant, not to satisfy yourself. You have to maintain the books of account. You shall maintain the books of account to satisfy the assessing officer. Now, when you are bound to maintain the books of account, here I am just summarizing. If you are an individual or HUF, and if you are disclosing your profit or income to be more than 2,50,000 or more, and your turnover, sales or gross receipts is 25 lakhs or more, then you have to maintain the books of account. In all other cases, if you are disclosing your income to be more than, equal to or more than 1,20,000, or your turnover, you can use and, matlab any of these conditions satisfied, your turnover, gross receipts exceed 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh or more than 10 lakh rupees, then you have to maintain the books of account. That is very, very significant to remember. Okay. For matlab individuals and HUF, profit 2,50,000, turnover or gross receipts or sales 25 lakhs. For all others carrying on business or profession, 1,20,000 is the ceiling for income or profit, and for turnover it is 10 lakhs. So when you say ki sir, I need not get my accounts audited because I do not have sufficient profit or turnover, you must keep it in your mind, if your turnover or gross receipts, I am using the word gross receipts. Gross receipts means whatever you are receiving, this is inclusive of GST, remember it. For example, excluding GST, your turnover is 9 lakh, including GST, it is more than 10 lakhs. You have to maintain the books of account and you have to keep the documents, all the supporting documents you have to keep with yourself. When a notice from income tax department will come, you have to show them that you are maintaining proper books of accounts and these books of accounts have been prepared strictly as per the supporting documents available with you. That is very, very important to remember. For this purpose, board may prescribe books of account and other documents need to be maintained, particulars to be contained therein, form, manner and place in which they shall be kept, period for which they should be kept. लेकिन आप लेके चलो कि आपको क्या बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट मेंटेन करना होगा. You have to keep all the vouchers, you have to keep all the invoices as supporting documents, and so far as the books of account is concerned, always keep a cash book, ledgers of all the suppliers payments, journalize the entries through an accountant. These are the things that you have to keep it. Small business houses, it is sufficient if you maintain a general ledger covering all receipts, payments, and to authenticate the books of account, you must keep all the supporting documents. Now they say specified profession. So far as specified profession is concerned, under specified profession it comes legal, medical, engineering, architectural, accountancy, technical consultancy, interior decoration, information technology, or company secretary. Chartered accountants, cost accountants, company secretaries, architects, consulting engineers, doctors, interior decorators, all these professionals are coming under specified profession. So it is very, very important. All the business categories, professional categories are categorized into business, specified profession, and non-specified profession. Why it is essential to categorize profession into two types, specified and non-specified, that we'll discuss subsequently. But up to this point, you keep in your mind, you have to maintain the books of account, point 1. You have to keep the supporting documents, point 2. The books of account and supporting documents should be kept for 8 years minimum, and this should be maintained to satisfy the assessing officer. That means from these the assessing officer must satisfy that you are properly counting your profit and you are properly paying your tax liability. This is very, very important. Individuals, HUFs, if profit exceeds 2,50,000 or if turnover gross receipt, that means inclusive of GST, is 25 lakhs or more, you have to maintain the books of account. Others, profit 1,20,000, turnover of gross receipts 10 lakhs. So suppose in a financial year your account has been credited with more than 10 lakhs for non-individuals and HUFs and more than 25 lakhs for individuals, and you are filing ITR 3, ITR 4 or ITR 5. In all such cases, old cases के बारे में मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मतलब आप business दिखा रहे हो, suddenly you get a notice to present your books of account within 7 days, then all these books of accounts must be kept ready so that assessing officer will make himself sure that you are maintaining the records and you are perfectly calculating the profit and you are perfectly paying the tax. Okay, this is all about section 62. Tomorrow session will discuss about tax audit. If you have any issues relating to this, then you may call me at 94374 In fact, I will suggest you to give me WhatsApp message to clarify your doubts, but let us keep ourselves safe by maintaining books of account and filing the income tax returns and be a part of nation's development. Thank you. See you tomorrow.